My name is Melinda Scruggs. Been here at Lafayette for 14 years coaching Lady Door soccer team, and I really enjoy my job. I love being here. It's not the place I would have thought I would have ended up, but then you know what? God brings you into different places, and this has been a great place for me to be. I think I started sports in general at a young age. I definitely was really in tune with soccer. It was like something that kept me always active and moving versus, you know, other sports. I did play softball as well, but it just wasn't as busy. And so I started, I think I was probably 4 or 5, just grew up playing. When I was 16, we won nationals, which was a great experience, and it was just kind of a start for me to like, hey, where can I pursue to play? Looking all over the country, just finding different places. Being from the West Coast, I definitely didn't want to just stay there. I wanted to kind of travel and see where else I could end up. Don't know if I would have thought I ended up in Mississippi. I went to Ole Miss. It was the newer program at the time. I was their goalkeeper, and it was fantastic. I think I would never, if I could go back to a time in my life, it would be playing there, just the people I met, the experiences I had. So just because of my passion then, I just like, you know what, I really want to get into coaching. And so that's when I actually accepted my first position at Columbus State University, which is in Georgia, and the head coach there at the time was my assistant at Ole Miss my freshman year. So I started coaching. I loved the goalkeeping side of it. I was a goalkeeper, so I was their goalkeeper coach. I was there about a year, and then Ole Miss called me up and said, hey, do you want to come back? We'd love to hire you here as a goalkeeper coach. So ended up back at Ole Miss. I think I was there about 4.5 years, and then, you know, things just kind of part ways, and at the time my husband was in school. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, what job I was going to take, and then the job here at Lafayette opened up, and I was like, you know what, I'll try it out and see how it goes. I love it here. I think they support athletics, and that's to me really important, especially on the girls' side. So I think that they do a good job here making sure that that's important. All right, hop up. Let's not hurt each other. Here we go. Make sure we're checking back. Good, Addison. Carly, try and find that other foot, okay? Yeah, I think Oxford provides an opportunity for so many, you know, young kids to get into sports, and there's not just 1 or 2 things you can do here, but obviously with the university, and they like support football and basketball and soccer and so many different things, and it gives the kids that are starting out and playing sports an opportunity to go and watch those kids that are playing a game that they love. And it's fun that these kids now can say, hey, I'm really interested in soccer. Let me go watch how they play, and they can learn the game even more. So I think we have such an outlet in our community that has you know, opportunities for kids to play, but also kids to watch and support you know, the kids at the university. So once you've passed her, then we come back. We're only gonna do 4 each of these, 4 each, okay? Ready, go. Good, use your body, please. Get in around them. Defenders about 80%. Let's let them have some success. Yeah, I think for growing up, I lived in a place that soccer was pretty big, and I think me moving to Mississippi, I kind of expected it to be the same, and it was definitely very different. But in the time that I've been here, I've seen such growth. I think that it's something that a lot more people are getting interested in it, which means we're providing more opportunities at different levels. You know, you have the rec league. You know, I actually help in the club in town, so maybe there's a club now. So there's lots of options just right in our area, also in just towns that are right down the road. So I think we're able to provide more opportunities, and I think it's growing even more because of that. And then, you know, you have tournaments and other events that you're able to showcase your talent in, and I think that's another way for those kids to see how they're growing and how they can continue to move up the level. Okay, so Bella, turn your body here so you can just tip this way, right? So turn in your body, turn your hips. I say at least 1 or 2 every year. Go play at a community college, or, you know, I have a few go to a 4-year school. A couple of girls a few years ago gone to Ole Miss. They're completed their playing time now, but yeah, we definitely have girls that I think they've gotten an opportunity to play here, and then they're like, you know what, this is something that I love. I've really gotten into it. I have passion for it, and then they go on and play, and I'm super proud of that opportunity they've had.
It's a new day at MaxxSouth. We are excited to share some great news. In our continued effort to support Mississippi businesses, MaxxSouth is now offering local advertising support. Through high-quality programming, we combine traditional television and premium digital advertising. allowing your multimedia campaign to reach your targeted audience at any time on any device. Call MaxxSouth Media Sales today at 662-701-8628.
We're going to do lots of finishing, lots of scoring goals today. Goalkeepers, you guys better be ready.
I think my style of coaching has probably changed or progressed over the years. You know, when I first got into coaching, I was like, man, you got to dig in, you got to be tough, and I think the longer I've done this, I've realized that I'm just having compassion and love for the players themselves, and they feel that. It kind of creates this culture. That's what I wanted to build, a culture of like family. Hey, I'm gonna work for you, you work for me, together we can make some really good things happen. And I think once they trust you and you know that they have that trust, it's like, you know what, I'm willing to work even harder for someone that's willing to do that in return. And so that's been my biggest thing. It probably goes back to when my brother we were kids. He's like, you got to lead from the top. And that's something I've really taken to heart, and just making sure that like, hey, I'm working just as hard as each one of my players are. And I think that's just one thing that even if you don't have all the talent in the world, you can help produce it by just the work you can put in.
It's 40 yards. So use the entire space. Let's see if we can slot balls in. If you guys get a ball and you turn and look up and I'm only 10 yards from my own goal, can you have a shot? Yes. Absolutely, you're close enough, right? So opportunities should be all over the field to try and score, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put some people on the field. I'm gonna get you guys completely divided up. Goalkeepers, you guys are in. Bella and Dre, you start in. Bella, you'll just rotate. And then once you guys rotated, then you come to the side, okay?
Yeah, I think motivation is something that's within, and sometimes, like as a coach, I can't give someone motivation other than the sense of like demonstrating or saying, hey, this is what we're gonna do. But ultimately, they have to decide that they want to do that. And I think a lot of it is based off of a result. You know, if the result in practice, like, hey, I worked hard, this was the result. Or, hey, we worked hard in a game collectively, this is our result. And here's what I can accomplish. And I think once they start seeing that, the motivation comes. I think as a goalkeeper, it's just one of those things, you know, you can see the whole entire field. You're watching from the back, you can see where the backs are moving, you can see what the midfield is doing, how the attack is working. You can evaluate their attacking style. So I think that just a lot growing up, I just would have tried to evaluate as much as I could just from the back and see what was going on. And I think a lot of times there's a ton of goalkeeper coaches out there that actually become head coaches just because of that. Like, I think they've just evaluated the game a lot. So I think that's definitely something I know I've done just from playing in the goal myself.
Come on, we could be creating more opportunities. Let's go. You have 30 seconds. Open up, backs. Della, I need you facing this way. Good. Find Abby if you can, and again, 1-2. Play it to her. Just a bit faster there, Abby Britt.
Yeah, so our season, we just started our after-school practices, so I think our first game's coming up in a couple weeks. I know that the girls are really excited just to put something together, you know, when we can practice and we can train against each other for a long time, but it's different than when you actually play an opponent. So we're definitely excited to put the pieces together, but I do think, you know, we have some really strong core kids coming back from their past years, and I know that they've put the work in. I think I have 9 seniors. Quite a few juniors, so we're definitely an older team. I know that a lot of them have the right mindset. They want the opportunity to get to state again and hopefully have a better result from last year. But of course, we can't look that far ahead, you know, one game at a time and making sure we get the job done as we go.
Then you're getting in there and smacking it, okay? I think that the movement on the ball is pretty decent. Off the ball, I don't think we're in the right spots. Like, I know that we could be creating a whole lot of more 1-2s and we can be getting in that way, but I think bottom line is you just got to figure out within your team.
So yeah, in the off season, it's kind of on their own. You know, a lot of them play club, which is helpful because they get a lot more touches on the ball. They play, you know, lots of these tournaments, which is always great. But you know, I don't have like a ton of like requirements in the summertime. Now here it's nice because in the fall, like starting August, we have our block schedule, so we get to see them like an hour and a half now every day, and it's basically all year long. So I still can manage what we do here at school. I think the girls still come down and put in a ton of work. even, you know, before season starts and then after season, we're doing the same stuff. We definitely get in the weight room. I think that's really important to continue with their strength and all that type of stuff. And then the summer we do a little bit lighter, but otherwise they're also doing club and different things.
Okay, so can you guys all attack at once? So what I'm saying is the goalkeeper's getting the ball. We need immediate defenders here, but once we win the ball, can we all go at one time? So that's what I was referring to you, is that you're used to holding because that's your center back spot. I don't want you to hold, I want you to press, okay? Yeah.
Our challenges, I think it's just one, staying as a unit. I think a lot of times you can see teams can tear each other apart if one or two get upset about something else, and all of a sudden you kind of have different groups that split off. So I think that's really key. I don't think this group's going to do that, but you just never know. We have some youth in the back in terms of our like a goalkeeper. I know we have some girls that are training there, and so hopefully it'll be interesting who puts there. I think we have 2 softball girls that recruited over, and she's played soccer a good bit. The other one she hasn't played in a while, so it'll be interesting what they can do for us. But they're both super athletic, and I know they're going to jump right in there. I may challenge them a little bit when it comes to a system of play. I may change that from what we did in the past, just to see with the personnel that I have, I think we can be challenged and do something in a different system. So that would be something I think will challenge our group a little bit.
I think this could be better. Do you guys agree? Okay, so look, where we're falling short is just in some small technical things I think we can solve real quick, okay? So let me ask you a question. What part of the field obviously are we in right now? The attacking third, right? And if that's in the attacking third, then who are these players? Like which players are we talking about right now? Forwards, okay, midfielders, okay, it's probably a forward to mid. So, Yanni,
I don't know, I guess for me, I hope our team is not predictable. I think our team can play in different systems. So if we play one team and we play in a 3-5-2 one day, then we play another team, they may have gotten the scouting report, maybe we change into a 4-4-2 or make sure we have outside mids that are getting in, or I guess that's kind of the goal. And I think this group especially is willing to change into different systems and do well at each one. So I think that's the goal, is to be unpredictable so that they're not sure exactly what we're going to bring. That's how you just keep them guessing. Talk to my players at practice a lot of picking moments of when we can kind of be funny and goof around, because I do think that those friendships and the fellowship that we have on the field is super important. But then they know, hey, we got to be serious as well. We've got work to do. So I think practice ultimately, I hope, is fun and enjoyable. We can come out, we can cut up, we can joke about, hey, how was our day, whatever. And then there's moments of like, hey, we're gonna get into this, we're gonna dig into whatever the topic is for that day, and really making sure that in the hour and a half, or if it's 2 hours that we're here, we're really making sure we're not wasting time and that we're getting better every day.
So you guys are gonna get, with your group, it's gonna be 5 versus 5 plus the goalkeepers, and you're gonna decide which system or how you guys wanna come out. If you're maybe a more attacking side, more defensive minded, however you guys wanna do it. I do think—
I'd say in the last few years, of course, within our district, South Hill is gonna be our biggest rival. Yeah, they're definitely the team to beat, and they always play us hard, and it's always a battle. It's like, you know, one time they're gonna get us and catch us on our heels and they win, and the next time hopefully we win. So it's definitely back and forth with South Hill. We do a crosstown classic. We don't make a t-shirt or anything like that, but yeah, we definitely play Oxford. With the varsity, we play them once a year. Everybody gets hyped up about it. Right now, I think Hunter Crane's doing a great job over there at Oxford, and our girls here, they just like to compete, and of course, because we're in the same town, they know almost all the players there, and as well as I do, and so it makes it fun. But of course, both sides want to win, so it makes it interesting.
The ball. Let's take care of it. Okay, again, Drea. Come on, let's go. Make good decisions, please. Drea, that ball's got to be on the ground. Good. Good read there, Lily.
A good high school coach, I think, is someone who can motivate kids, can be positive, can influence them in ways that just leaves here. You know, obviously I have coached quite a few kids that have come through here, and I continue to keep in contact with them. I mean, your goal ultimately is to make a difference in someone's life. It's not just on the soccer field, it's off the soccer field, how you can influence them or how you can help them in different ways. You know, and I just enjoy the opportunity that I get to be a part of these girls, a small part of their life, you know, and I hope that they can take what we do in terms of soccer and maybe adjust it somewhere else in their life. If they don't go on and play soccer somewhere, hopefully just even some of the structure or the demands that we had here they can carry on. I think that's something that, you know, as us as teachers or coaches can really have a really big impact on a lot of these kids coming up and how they continue on when they leave here.